So Beej, I've been thinking a lot about what Beej is and what Beej embodies. And when we started off the journey, my tagline for the business used to be sustainable and stylish. And then after spending 3 years in this business, I now question sustainability in fashion, to be honest. One of the things that I take great pride on is that I feel Beach is very, very honest and authentic and transparent about its communication, what it does, why it does what it does. And, we're always there saying that this space is about progress over perfection. There are no perfect answers just yet. So I get very upset when brands make claims like 100% eco-friendly, 100% sustainable. And I keep telling my team that anybody who says these things, you should never buy from them because these claims are all wrong. So and that's worked for us, Rashmi. So one of the things I think we are known for is about honesty, is about thought leadership. The brand knows that if Beej is saying something, it is well researched, well thought out, well put out there. And that's helped us. So now we have kind of revised, or I am in my head revising, what we think about Beej to say, hey, listen, human beings are going to consume. They're going to continue to consume. And for the last 3 years, I have been constantly telling people buy less, buy well, use better. I don't think you can win this war by telling people stop buying. So, what's the next best way to do it? Why can't you teach people how to buy well? Why can't you give them options that are conscious and well thought of? And then help them see, hey, listen, this one buying decision or this one little choice that you're making, this is the effect it can have. So now I'm kind of thinking that the whole narrative is about telling people, hey, listen, you can affect what's happening around you. You can affect the climate, you can affect the planet, but everything can be affected by just choosing to make better choices. And, now we are 8 billion of us. If all of us choose to consume responsibly, given the parameters of our, income and all of that, the world could really be a better place. So that's what we do now. Plastic pollution is a big conversation at our studio. So we are always trying to say minimize plastic, minimize plastic. In fact, my boys used to laugh at me earlier saying ki pagal ho gayi hai, you can't do this business like this. But now they've all learned. Now staying away from plastic is the DNA for this organization. So we were thinking, what do we do? So we said, hey, listen, why can't we create something that allows people to move away from plastic? So this year, our gifting range, our Diwali gifting range, actually has a bunch of stuff that allows people to move away from single use plastics. So there is this tumbler, which is made out of rice husk. It's reusable and it comes in a cork sleeve, which you can easily hold. So we're saying move away from reusable cups. Why can't you carry your own cup for your tea, for your coffee, all of that? And then comes this bottle, which comes with a bag, which comes with a belt, so you can hang it around you. And we're saying, hey guys, stop. If you want to make one shift, I to tell people, if you want to make one shift, please just carry your own bottle wherever you go. So I think things like that, these are some of my favorites. Of course, a lot of the bags initially, I think the first 1 year, we had no designer. When we used to reach out to design colleges, they wouldn't entertain us. They would say, send us your job description and we will see. So a lot of the bags in the first 1 year were designed by me. I don't do that anymore. But so all of them remain favorites. But increasingly, how do we help people? How do we just nudge people towards more mindful lifestyles? I think that's at the core of everything we do with Beige.
Wow. And any story, Arundhati, any anecdote that comes to your mind about after you got on this journey with Beej that reiterated that you're doing is the right thing that you're doing?
I can tell you one from a very recent episode that happened. So for me, Rashmi, Beach has always been about creating a community. I actually use Beach as a space to talk to people about a lot more than just buying bags. Because I feel like you don't come, buy a bag, and then become conscious. You come to us because you're conscious already. And if I can help you on that journey through what I've read, learned, heard, that's really what I want to do. And also the conscious business fraternity in India is still very small. It's growing, but it's very small. And almost all founders know all founders. We all follow each other, encourage each other, push each other, kind of see the kind of work we are doing and stalk each other, if I may say. All of us do that. So there's another podcast where I spoke to earlier this year, a podcast called Made in India by Monisha. So she gets all these homegrown brands to come and talk about their journeys. And the format of the podcast is every time she does a podcast, at the end of it, she asks the founder, which other founder and which other brand would you like to see in this podcast? And, they call out. So recently they got in touch with me for their 50th episode and they said, we want to bring you back. So I said, okay. And then when I kind of was recording with them, Monisha told me, she said, Arundhati, the reason I'm bringing you back is because every time I asked a founder saying, who should we bring on the show? They said, speak to Arundhati. She said, you were the most recommended person on our show. And what is it that you do that your peers are recommending you? And that got me thinking. And I said, you know what? The only thing I do is I share very generously. I share information very generously. Anybody reaches out to me saying, hey, can you help? Can you do this? I said, I'm very, very open to giving out any information that I have that someone else might find useful because I really believe that I want to build a community that brings change. And that way I went back thinking that, you know what, whatever happens at Beej, I think I have personally achieved something.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Validation from your peers and from the community is, I think, the best validation that you're doing the right thing and you're on the right track.